Ahoy hoy everyone! Today we'll be reading Sonic the Comic issues 69 through to 72. In honor of 69, I dedicate this video to the copious amounts of erotic fanfiction and pornographic images of Sonic the Hedgehog. The kind that I cannot show because that would get my channel removed from the site. Beginning with the A stories, we have parts 3 through 6 of The Return of Chaotix. And then we have, for the B stories, a 4-part complete Knuckles story, The Graveyard. And the C stories, the 4-part complete Brute Force, starring Brutus. And lastly, a one-off D story found only in issue 72, The Odor Zone. It's like a little bonus Sonic story, just to fill in a few things. Space filler, basically. The Brotherhood of Metallix have succeeded in completing their master plan. They've traveled back into Mobius' past and changed history.
No longer Mobius, creature of flesh. We have renamed it. Behold, Planet Metallix.
Well, it's time for an escape plan. Good thing they brought the Omniviewer, now on cassette tape. Vector has opened up an exit strategy, but Sonic is mad. He's angry. You can see the massive brow on his forehead in that classic Richard Elson style. He's ready for a fight. However, Vector pulls him into the Omniviewer, because there is no way they'll be able to fight them on their own terms. Emperor, shall I pursue target?
Negative, brother, that will not be necessary. The flesh creatures have nowhere left to run.
Man, they really seem to be into calling the Chaotix creatures of flesh in this story. Moments later on Planet Mobius, or Planet Metallix as it's now known, they emerge to try and find some survivors, and yet they find nothing but metal factories designed for metal life. No, there's got to be somebody left. There's got to be.
Intruders, general alert. Intruders in sector Gamma E46.
Uh-oh, it's a big bunch of Metallixes. Metallixi? And they got massive shoulder pads. One of them's got a triangle chest, and another's got a Cylon visor. Well, at least there's some variation in this world. The best course of action is to flee.
Targets are attempting to escape via route.
Yeah, screw that, I'm not gonna say all those numbers. Charmy leads the Chaotix down a alleyway, but it seems to be a dead end. Oops. Looks like they'll be in for a fight anyway. But suddenly, the sewer opens. Quickly, follow me! Who is this mysterious cloaked figure, and why is he helping Sonic and the Chaotix?
Resistance is futile, creatures of flesh. You cannot escape the Brotherhood of Metallix. Remain still and your final moments will be less painful.
Targets located. Anomaly, something is wrong here. What is the purpose of this equipment?
Emergency, evacuate the area. Repeat, evacuate.
Kaboom! What the hell was that? Well, you see, that camera Rob had made a hologram of you all. We set it up back there so the Metallixes would all stop in the same place. Then there was the bomb. Look, who are you people anyway? We are the Underground, the last living people on Mobius. Oh, and I know you, Sonic. It's good to see you again. We all thought you were dead. Look, just who are you? My name is Dr. Ove Kintobor. Gasp! Dr. Kintobor, a.k.a. the man who Robotnik was before he was Robotnik. Seems that he is now leading the underground resistance of the last... I was gonna say human, but that would be incorrect. The animal people on Mobius. Dr. Kintobor, have you heard of a brutal dictator by the name of Dr. Robotnik? Robotnik? No, I'd remember something as stupid as that. Sonic tells Kintobor that Robotnik was meant to become him, but this is altered history. It seems that when the Metallixes changed the timeline, it also changed Kintobor. But how and why? Kintobor asks, if they're from an alternate future, how come they've not been affected by the changing of the past? Maybe it was because they were actually on the Miracle Planet, which is in, let's say, temporal grace when the whole thing happened. I don't know, it's all wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Anyway, you should remember that the Omniviewer actually has the ability to send people forward and backwards in time, because that's sort of how Robotnik took over the planet in the first place. The Omniviewer will detect a chronoton trail, which will allow them to find exactly where and when the Metallixes altered the past. like following a piece of string. Before they depart, Kintobor gives Sonic something, an anti-Metallix device. Just attach it to the head. Does it work? Nobody's ever been close enough to find out. Great. Wish us luck, Doctor! More like a miracle. Hurtling down the timeline, the Omniviewer just stops shy of where their destination is supposed to be. And now they're, I guess, sort of physically stuck in the manifestation of the timeline itself. Bibbly bobbly timbly bobbly time.
Foolish creatures of flesh, did you truly believe the Brotherhood would leave the timelines unguarded?
Well, it looks like they're up for a fight within the timeline itself.
Resistance is futile.
I know, I've heard the whole routine before. Try this on for size.
Danger, danger. New enemies identified.
The Metallix seems to be attacking its own kind. The machine seems to have scrambled its circuitry and made it malfunction. This gives Sonic the opportunity to slip out and leave. But wait, he spots something in the hand of one of them. An egg. A rotten egg. There's something familiar about this egg. The Omniviewer wishes that Sonic didn't bring this stinky egg with him, and so they depart at the final place in the timeline. They hear voices. They recognize someone. It's Kintobor. They don't recognize the weirdo with him. That weirdo is Sonic the Hedgehog, before he became blue. And they witness, in first person, the origin of Sonic the Hedgehog. I think you're cuter in blue, says Charmy B. Shut up, Charmy. Be gay on your own time. Once the kinetic gyroscope explodes, Sonic is now blue. Now what? I'm not sure, SBO. This egg I took from the Metallix we destroyed earlier must be important. Oh no, it can't be. Sonic has finally figured out what the Metallix have changed in the past. They sneak into the kitchen, look in the fridge, and find that it is empty. This is where Kintobor finds the smelly egg that converts him into Dr. Robotnik. He puts the egg back. They skip ahead 24 hours into the future to witness the creation of Dr. Robotnik. And just to make sure that history is set right, Sonic gives him a little help. He makes it happen. It's like if you could make Pompeii happen. Kintobor falls into his machine, the explosion happens, the lab is destroyed, and Dr. Kintobor is turned into Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Wait, Ovi Robotnik? Yeah, I think that's an error. I mean, you can even see on the name badge it says Ivo instead of Ovi. But this is a lovely recreation of one of the earlier panels in the comic book. That's clever, I like that. Well, Sonic feels bad for creating his arch nemesis, and they must now return to the future. Huzzah, Mobius looks like as it should, but the Miracle Planet is still Metallixified. There's only one place to go now, Citadel Robotnik.
I don't want excuses. Find that hedgehog, or you'll pay dearly.
No need to send a search party to find me, Walrus Face. You and I have some unfinished business to take care of. They relay the events of the previous hours and time-traveling events to Dr. Robotnik, and he believes it to be utterly ridiculous. Sonic is stalwart with his approach, telling him that obviously something Robotnik done or will do will affect the entire Metallix Empire thing. Porker Lewis is perplexed, though. Dr. Robotnik created the Metallixes in the first place, so if they destroy him, won't they destroy ourselves?
I might be able to explain that. Well, you see, the thing is, it was me that created the Metallix Bandits. They were my design.
Helped by my genius Grimer, you sniveling clod.
Oh, yes, Dr. Robotnik designed the self-destruct program.
A self-destruct program. Something that would have been very helpful much early on before they would take over the world. Yes, that's right, Hedgehog. It was a golden opportunity. I hoped they would destroy you, and that I could activate the self-destruct program. You know, this would be a real great time to use the self-destruct program before they alter history again. Robotnik concedes, yes, it is probably the right thing to do. Charmy spots a cloud. It's blotting out the sun. Not really remarkable, it's more... Oh, wait, that's not a cloud? That's the Metallix. It's the entire goddamn Brotherhood. They break into the Citadel Robotnik and smash up the place. Robotnik immediately tries to find the self-destruct device, but he is captured by the Metallix Emperor.
Do you think this small device could destroy the entire Brotherhood of Metallix? First I shall crush it, then I will do the same to your neck.
Uh-oh, Sonic got to act fast, and acting fast is what he's best at. and he pushes the button. And all the Metallixes are now dead. Just dead. That's a complete anticlimax of this entire story.
I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other.
Yeah, well, looks like I guess they're even this time. All of life on Mobius has been saved, and now they leave.
Sonic's right. The Brotherhood of Metallix nearly killed us all.
No, Great Robotnik, the idea is still a good one. We just need a new design. Robotnik based on Sonic proved to be too unstable. This is my new idea. Coming soon, Metal Knuckles. Well, that is pretty much the conclusion of, like, the first major arc of the entire thing. Like, from the Sonic Terminator to all the build-up to the Metallix Empire, and yeah, that is the first major plot of the series, and now it's concluded over 72 issues. Oh, well, let's see how the American contemporary comic is going along. Oh, look at that, they only just started doing regular plots with knockoff Pepe Le Pew and political intrigue and crap like that. You got a long ways to catch up, friend. And now presenting Knuckles the Graveyard. The one place in the floating island Knuckles has ever visited. A superstitious desert land filled with stories, ghosts, and danger. The Kohenyu Graveyard. I don't know what a Kohenyu is, but it looks to me like a bunch of dinosaur bones. Apparently, some sort of strange power preserves the bones for centuries. Knuckles equips some sort of gas mask, I don't know where he got one of those. And then he begins to scale down the mountain. He can't glide down, the winds are too unpredictable. Well, unfortunately, it seems like the stability of the rocks is also unpredictable, because they knock him right off into the ground. Another happy landing, or that he would be saying if his mask didn't get cut off. And he finds cacti, or as he's calling it, a poisoned dryalid. Dryalid? Dryalid. And it shoots up poison gas at him.
I can't breathe the poison. No.
Murderer!
No, I didn't.
You killed us! You killed us all! Your sort are not welcome here. What brings you here, murderer?
I'm no murderer. Look, who are you? What do you want?
I speak for all of the Kohenyu. I am the spirit of the herd. Now hear me. This is your last chance to speak. Why are you here?
Egads, a talking ghost of a dinosaur. Man, that poisonous gas must be making Knuckles trippin' balls, man. Knuckles explains to the ghostly apparition that he is looking for the emerald mines, for he needs to create a new Master Emerald, apparently, as a thing he can do. The spirit of the herd, last voice of the Kohenyu, refutes Knuckles' claim. He elaborates that the power of the emerald is contained within a giant robot head, and it sounds a bit crazy, and, you know, it probably, like, what's a robot head to an ancient dinosaur ghost?
I do not believe you. You are a liar and a murderer, just like the rest of your kind. Now it is time for you to make amends for your sins. The herd rises.
The bones of the Kohenyu have come to life.
Time to pay for your sins, Echidna.
Is this real, or is this the cactus juice just tripping balls, man? Well, the Kohenyu skeletons attack Knuckles, and it feels pretty real to him. He doesn't want to hurt the dead, but he's not being given much choice.
Your kind destroyed the herd. Now we are all dead.
You look pretty lively to me. Wait a minute, you don't mean...
I am the spirit of the herd. We attack from beyond the grave.
Oh no, I am fighting ghosts. Not that it makes any difference. The dryalid poison seems to have knocked out Knuckles. The Kohenyu have been denied their revenge for now. Knuckles wakes up with a killer hangover and thinks that he had the worst dream ever. Judging by the ribcage cage, his dream has yet to end. Convenient. He seems to have been taken to the Emerald Caves, where apparently this is where the Master Emerald was created, from raw materials. Knuckles says, look, just give me the rock and I'll leave, I will do no harm.
You will never leave this cave, Echidna.
Oh man, Knuckles really doesn't know what this is about. I guess it's time for our backstory.
Perhaps you speak the truth. Perhaps you do not know. I will tell you our story. The story of the extinction of an entire species. Once the herd roamed this land in peace. We were many. We believed we could rule the valley forever. Then it became us. Compared to us, you were small. We ignored you. We had never seen your weapons before. It took years, but the outcome was inevitable.
Egads, the echidnas. They hunted the dinosaurs into extinction.
Throughout the herd was many, hundreds. We just had 20 males. And they were the slowest.
Oh, I guess we always knew it would be the men that would die out first.
And so you see, Echidna, your kind has caused the extinction of an entire species. And now it's time to pay the price.
Knuckles pleads with the spirit of the herd. His people didn't know they were hunting the Kohennu into extinction. How are they supposed to know that the slowest ones were all the males? But now Knuckles will pay for his people's crimes. The ribcage is beginning to constrict and will crush him shortly. And the raw emeralds that he needs are just a few feet away.
My people once roamed this land in safety. Then came your savage race. And wait, where is it going?
Good thing that Knuckles is always on some sort of diggable earth. That's far enough, lizard breath. I've had enough of your accusations. Silly Knuckles, don't you know you can't hurt the non-corporeal? Plan B? Just cut and run, grab an emerald and go. If only there weren't a bunch of skeletons trying to eat him through their non-corporeal digestive tract. Emeralds are a lot harder to dig up than you'd think. He just can't get away from all of the bones. But he finds the biggest damn emerald he's ever seen. The Soul Crystal. Whatever it is, sounds important. Apparently the Soul Crystal is what keeps the spirit of the herd alive. So you're not as dead as you pretend to be, eh?
Careful, Echidna. If you destroy this crystal, the spirit of the herd will be destroyed forever. The last trace of us will be gone forever.
So, if I smash the crystal before you can stop me, I win. Or, if you get your skeletons to get me first, I lose. Well, creep, do you feel lucky? Punk. Well, do ya? Sorry, I just had to do the Dirty Harry. Call off the skeleton spirit, or I smash the crystal.
No, if you destroy the crystal, I too will be destroyed. The last trace of the Kohennu will be gone. No deal! You cannot be trusted, Echidna. Your kind must be destroyed.
No deal! The skeletons managed to give Knuckles a good old bonk in the head. And now Knuckles has to fight every damn skeleton in this place. He thinks to himself this is his fault. He should have destroyed the Soul Crystal when he had the chance. This is what he gets for hesitating. And he's finally going to end the madness. And he just can't do it. This is the last trace of a race that his people accidentally killed. Hell, Knuckles has been on the receiving end and being the last of his kind. He can't destroy the last trace of an entire species. He just can't commit a genocide. And so the spirit of the Kohennu recognizes that Knuckles is actually far more alike them than they are aware.
You could have destroyed me, yet you did not. Perhaps I misjudged you, Echidna. Perhaps it is time for an ancient hatred to end.
Knuckles finally grabs his emerald and leaves in peace.
Take the emerald you came for, and go in peace.
Thanks, I will, before you change your mind.
Farewell, Echidna.
Well, now that Knuckles has his new raw emerald, he should be able to carve it into a brand new Master Emerald and keep the floating island afloat. It must have been an amazing sight, hundreds of Kohennu roaming the valley in peace. I only hope when my people finally return to the floating island, they've learnt a lesson. And that, kids, the moral of the story is, don't hunt animals to extinction. It's a douchey move. And now for the sea stories, but for something a bit different. You may notice that in previous videos I have the background, which is just a blurred version of whatever page is on. Well, I'm experimenting with something new, so I'm gonna put in blurred gameplay footage from when I was playing Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. I don't have anything more relevant, it's just what I had on hand. And now, brute force. Remember Brutus? He's back. He attacks the River City zone. God damn it, I'm gonna need to get music from River City Ransom now, won't I? He attacks the River City, and he rounds up all the people. It's a bit of a quick one. Brutus demands that the survivors be captured and put into 2 groups of prisoners. 2 groups? Why, Commander?
Never question my orders. Any further questions?
Half of the prisoners are put onto a shuttle, which is set to Brutus's predetermined coordinates. The rest will be taken to the Metropolis Zone, to be turned into badniks. Upon reporting to Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik thought there would have been more residents to capture. Brutus says that he's still new at this. Maybe next time.
You are programmed with a copy of my superior brainwaves. You'll soon learn. Making you my second in command was an act of sheer brilliance, and now have the intelligence and power to crush all who stand in your way. Yes, Doctor, and I intend to do just that.
If you'll remember, Brutus has his own aspirations at taking over Mobius. He doesn't just have Robotnik's intelligence, he has his ambition and his desire to not be second to Banana. Which is why, in Grimer's lab, he asked him to build something, a portable brain scanner, so that the next time he captures Sonic and one of his associates, he can scan the brain and absorb the locations of their secrets, where he put the Emerald Hill folk and where he's operating from. He gives the brain scanner a bit of a test run on Grimer himself. And now he shares the same knowledge as Grimer, and he can build his own army of badniks loyal only to him. Grimer regains consciousness, but he says that he must have fainted, strain of the job and all that getting to him. So, nobody knows what Brutus is up to anyway. Brutus arrives at his secret coordinate location, the Misery Zone, once home to a race of evil monsters but are now devoid of life. Hang on, wasn't the Misery Zone supposed to be some sort of inescapable dimension where horrific Godzilla-like monsters are from? Continuity, it's whatever the writer remembers on any given day. Brutus storms in and tells the people that he did not capture them for Robotnik, he has his own plans. Hooray, we're not being turned into badniks.
No, it means you're going to be turned into my badniks.
Robotnik asks Grimer, where the hell's Brutus? Grimer tells him about the mind scanner and... Uh-oh, it seems that Robotnik didn't know about any mind scanner. Brutus and his army of brute badniks are now heading to the Cotton Factory Zone. And look, it's Johnny Lightfoot, the Cotton Factory Zone, which is the home of slave labor. Lou, it's a bit on the nose, don't you think, that the Cotton Factory Zone would be home to slavery? Well, it's just Johnny Lightfoot against the badniks. Good thing he's good with a bow staff. I don't think Johnny can last long, he doesn't have the stamina for it. Maybe he can use the badniks to incite some sort of slave rebellion and runs towards the factory.
Run, rabbit, run, run. Here comes my badnik with the gun.
I didn't know you could sing, sir.
Probably a human trait I picked up from Robotnik.
The badniks destroy the factory, and in record time, too. The slaves are freed. Huzzah, the great emancipator is captured by Brutus. A quick scan with the brain scanner, and he now possesses all the knowledge of Johnny Lightfoot. He knows their secrets. The freedom fighters, they disguise themselves as Bob Beaky's traveling circus. And he knows that the Emerald Hill folk are hiding in Mushroom Valley on the floating island. Brutus tells Johnny that he does one day hope to overthrow Dr. Robotnik. When he takes over the floating island, this will make him the new ruler of Mobius. But when the soldiers arrive, something weird happens to Brutus.
take that, you bucket-headed creeps. I'm confused. Why did I do that?
The commander's gone mad. The soldiers tried to take him down, but it seems that when he absorbed the personality of Johnny Lightfoot, he also absorbed some of his personality traits too, including the freedom fighting against the badniks. He's got to reverse the process, otherwise he'll wind up destroying his own men. Immediately he flees. Drat. When he deleted the personality, he also deleted the location of the people from Emerald Hill. Damn, if only he could remember. Oh well, he will still increase his army in secret. Very soon, Robotnik will be nothing but a memory. Well, we got one more D story left. That'll be the final one for today. However, first things first, you may have noticed that in the previous video I called Techno the Canary. I left a note saying the pronoun should be them instead of she. Allow me to explain. Sonic the Comic Online, the unofficially produced but pretty much officially endorsed continuation of Sonic the Comic, for Pride Month this year, they made the decision while I was making the video that Techno the Canary will from here on out be a non-binary character. They asked the creator of Techno, Lou Stringer, for permission to do that, and even though Lou Stringer still intended for Techno the Canary to be the tech girl, I guess that this is just how the modern age of the Sonic the Comic boomer wished to go, and sort of gave them their blessing. That's nice. So here's a quick one, a D story, an extra Sonic story. It's The Odor Zone with Sonic, script by Mark Miller. Sonic and Tails run into a forest which seems to be in trouble. All the trees are falling over. It's the Odor Zone. They have their own sort of underground movement. The Odor Zone is more messy than Sonic's bedroom. The very much French skunks are telling Sonic that their leader, the great Marcel Skunk, was caught by Robotnik. Apparently, Marcel Skunk is a big guy, and he got turned into an even bigger badnik. Sonic quickly leaves to go stop Robotnik's evil plan. Zut alors, I salute Sonic the Hedgehog in the name of the underground movement. Bertrand, remove your beret when you say the name of the great spiky one. Ha ha ha, we're not beating around the bush with the Pepe Le Pew analogies this time. Sonic immediately gets captured, and he gets to see firsthand Marcel. The Odor Zone underground movement no longer exists. We give you Savage Skunk. Sonic runs away, but not to flee, just to give him a bit of working space. Some distance so he can get a good run up and supersonic spin. He completely decapitates the badnik, but if it's just a mech suit for a giant scorpion, we need to decapitate who cares? Comic book logic. Anyway, Marcel Skunk, the mighty giant, is now free. Sacre bleu, how can we ever thank you, Sonic? Were it not for you, I, Marcel, would be a slave of the evil Robotnik. I couldn't leave you in the hands of an even bigger skunk now, could I? Sonic, that's racist towards skunks, man. Well, that's all for today. That's a lot of stories. It's not gonna be as simple as this going forward, but hey. And special thanks to my friend Nicola, who was willing to voice a talking Styracosaurus. Stay tuned for blooper reels where she mispronounces the word echidna inconsistently. Thanks for watching.
Echnidia. Sydney. Oops. Echnia. Dude, you're gonna get so many of me just I cannot figure out what the hell I'm saying here. Then came the Echnidias. I'm the only one that's actually saying the Echnidias. Damn it. How bad is it you're monologuing? Careful, Echnia. If you damage the... Careful, Echnia. I really hope that's it. I really hope that's what I just said. Good luck with the amount of cars going past me. If you need a retake of this, please tell me. I'm doing this at the side of the road. Welcome to This is gonna be Gub Tape. There are cars going right past me. Okay, let's see what we got. Your kind must be destroyed. I got that. Farewell, Echnia. Dude, I think I finally did this. Please, please.